Where was I? Oh, right here. Rose, look around for anything else of importance. This looks like something of importance. Whoopsie daisy. It appears to be Skynet's primary session terminal, monitoring a great number of SPURB sessions in the northeastern United States and parts of Canada. Upon further investigation, you draw some logical conclusions. It looks like each session consists of an IP address and a physical location. The colored dots on the map appear to be meteor impact sites. It seems each session corresponds with a meteor, but not all meteors have sessions. The color of the dot appears to indicate the status of the meteor's descent. The red dots indicate meteors that have already landed. Yellow dots are imminent collisions. Green will impact later, and blue will take the longest to touch down. You use the panel to center on your present location and zoom in. Surrounding the lab are, of course, the hundreds of smaller meteors that have been raining down steadily throughout the evening. Most of these meteorites have either landed already or will very shortly. Centered over the lab is a significantly larger imminent collision. You can't say precisely how imminent, but you could certainly take an educated stab at it. Let me guess, 4 hours and 13 minutes? Just southwest of the lab, or perhaps 4 minutes and 13 seconds. Just southwest of the lab, centered suspiciously near the location of your house, is an even larger looming collision, though this one appears slightly less imminent. The terminal looks like it can monitor any meteor or session around the world. Search filters can be applied as well, restricting results based on size, time of impact, location, and so on. You zoom way out and narrow the search based on size. The two at the top of the list appear to be the biggest by far. You examine only their coordinates. The second biggest is centered over a US city. The biggest by a landslide is, luckily for the Earth you suppose, way out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Turn on your laptop, Rose, turn on your laptop and check on John. You plug the laptop into the hub again and turn it on. It is now powered and connected to the wireless signal the hub is broadcasting. Your SPURB session reconnects. No sign of John here. You wonder why the house is shaking. Last time you saw him, he was on one of the roof platforms. You'll have to navigate via the SPURB interface to find him. Rose, ascend. Navigate. Interesting to show off the controls like this. Oh no, intercepted. Cameron. So what does the little background do? Okay, starts the fight. John, high five Nanaquin. Left hanging long enough. Good work, John. Oh, hey, you're back. For now, I'll have to leave again shortly. It looks like there's another large meteor headed for my present location. Oh, so you mean Dave connected with you? Not yet. I'll explain later, but I think I've determined that activating the timer in the game is not directly responsible for summoning a meteor to your location. The countdown seems merely to exist as kind of a warning to the player, as well as a strange coincidence. Okay, I don't really think I get it. Is this relevant? Probably not at the moment, and certainly not to you, but I have to go. Okay, later. Yes, try not to waste too much of that grist while I'm gone. John, climb that echelon. You rocket up the echelon to the dizzying heights of the vaunted boys Skylark rung. Your new feather is hard-earned and well-deserved, and alarmingly fashionable. John, collect fat loots. You and your ceramic pork hollow rejoice in the mound of wealth yielded from your meteoric ascent up the ladder. You're still not sure what these boondollars can actually get you, but when pulling in such insane loot hand over fist like this, who cares? Not you. John, pick up as much grist as you can hold. Your expanded cash limit is more than enough to accommodate the grist windfall. You gather up 2,260 pieces of build grist, 1,040 pieces of shale, 490 drops of tar, and 350 drops of mercury. You can't wait to find out what amazing items this new supply of grist will be just barely insufficient to produce. Oh god, there's grist littered down there too. Those stupid ogres were like grist pinatas. One of those big sour grape electric holocaust fruit gushers is jammed in the hole in the platform. I guess there's only one way to go get it. John, don't forget your book. It's your birthright. You ought to give it a read when you have a moment. Particularly the first several pages. Okay, Nana, I will. Hey, Nana? Yes, dear. Since I'm trying to get up to the gate, and since you can sort of conjure floating beds and throw me around and all, couldn't you just throw me up to the gate? Of course I could, John, but that would not serve your purpose well. There is a very good reason why you should build up to it, and then keep building. Okay, I guess that's what I figured. So just one more thing. Do you think that instead of telling me exactly why this is with a clear explanation, you could give me a sort of series of really coy riddles about it and then giggle? John, you are a very fresh young man. Your father has done such a wonderful job raising you. I am so proud of you both. I guess. When you pass through the first gate, everything will change. You'll find the place where the constellations dance beneath the clouds, and then your true work may begin. Oh, I suddenly understand everything. Elsewhere, we find a place where a kingdom lies entrenched beyond an impenetrable veil of darkness. Graveyard stuffers. You are now the Peregrine Mendicant. You're flying westward in your peculiar mobile station. You have no sense of your bearings presently. The door is blocked by a metal column which extended through the entry shaft before liftoff. What will you do? PM. Check the mail. This message to Dr. Brenner looks pretty serious. Maple Valley, Washington. Attention. Serious business. PM. Open envelope. Never. The mail is sacred. And sacred is the trust between the postman and the recipients of his precious parcels. You've made a solemn pledge to deliver this letter to the doctor just as soon as you determine where this address is, or find any sort of discernible mailing address in this wasteland for that matter. The mail is freedom. The mail is life. The mail is the very fabric of civil... Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold that thought, please. The mail is the one final hope for resurrecting a dead planet from its ashes, and the letter carriers are the brave soldiers of God in this righteous crusade. They are the defenders of the light of knowledge, free communication, and the exchange of ideas. They are the bold toters of all those little papery conduits of freedom. The white postmark angels that whisper a message on their deliverance, a promise to you, the yearning. There is hope yet. Liberty. Reason, justice, civility, edification, perfection. The mail. Peregrine Mendicant. Examine the keyboard and screen. It's the terminal you use to activate the station's homing mechanism. It looks like it's now returned control to you. The default viewport displays commands previously entered, including your last and only command, home. Type view. You type another one of the previously entered commands. It switches to a view of a young girl standing alone somewhere. There is heavy amount of video interference of some sort. The girl seems familiar to you. Greetings. Don't I know you? Buh. Rose, refuse to acknowledge the absurd tea set. You successfully disregard the tea set because it's stupid and shouldn't be in a place like this. You probe further into the lab. Looks like a little girl's room. This all strikes you as a bit odd. No time for messing around in here, though. Rose, wear the scarf. Be the rider. Or maybe you'll do a little messing around. You're only human after all. Oh, what's that? You are accosted by a friendly mutant kitten. John, resist great urge to take the wedged shale. You know you should grab this thing, but you're suddenly feeling apprehensive about entering your father's room. With all the scampering around, it almost slipped your mind how much you hate his hideous clowns. No use putting it off any longer. There's only one thing left to do. Give me a D. Give me an E. Give me an S. Give me a C. John, just jump down. 50 shale. Jade, scamper into the grand foyer with wild abandon. Hold on a minute. Why does Jade's abode have a crude ogre's head mounted on the wall? Last scamper! Bump. You scamper your heart out and bump into something. You don't know why you always insist on keeping it so dark in here. Oh look, it's one of his dumb globes. These things make it awfully difficult to navigate the foyer. We get it, Granddad. You like to travel around the world, going on adventures and stuff. Lousy goddamn stupid globes. Jade, arm yourself. Grandpa will surely have stern words for you if he catches you without your trusty rifle at the ready. That's just what you need, another one of his blustering, mustachioed diatribes. You're rolling your eyes in advance, getting them warmed up, but ideally you can evade him altogether. All you have to do is get past the fireplace and out the front door, and you'll be scot-free. Jade, examine those chaps on the sofa. These are the Manor's 4 distinguished house guests. They like to gather here by the fireplace for tea time, as well as pretty much all other times. It's all very mannerly and civilized. You know exactly what's going to happen when you try to sneak by. The fireplace is going to light up, and your grandpa's silhouette is going to appear in front of the fire to give you a good spook. He is so predictable. And there he goes. The old man has the flame. You suppose you could still manage to sneak by the crafty old man if you're fast enough. Avoiding an encounter would be ideal. Encounters with him are usually intense. Jade, leap dramatically across the divide. Whoops, you guess an encounter with him is almost certain now, but most likely not for a while. Time to see what else is up to. It's time to see what someone else is up to. Let's say, Dave. Strife. Oh, snap. Preloader psych out. Oh, whoopsie daisy. I'm sorry. So, we were told that it's Dave. Oh, snap. Preloader psych out. We are actually still with Jade. Strife? Aggrieve! Pew! 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 Hat steal. Hat move. Pew! 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 Hat. Pew! Pew! Flute solo. Pew! Pew! What? Yes, I am going out with this gun. No, I will not go get a bigger one. No, I will not take yours. I can't even lift it. Oh, that's so preposterous. Do you even hear what you're saying? I will be fine. This is a perfectly deadly gun, and it shoots lots of incredibly deadly bullets. Oh, you just stop it. I am going now. Goodbye. Big heart. Jade, abscond. He was so much easier to deal with when he was alive. PM, miraculously survive. Peer out the explosion hole. Oh. Rose, refuse to acknowledge the absurd kitten. You fail miserably. Oh look, there's some more mad science crap over here. Rose, insert a coin. The weird arcade gizmo adapted to this setup obviously doesn't take coins anymore, assuming it ever did. Besides, you left all your coins on the fridge, remember? Rose, let's play a game. This doesn't appear to be a game. It appears to be in a purifier? Rose, screw around with the purifier. You mess with the controls. Hey, Jaspers is alive. Or at least he was in the past. According to the timestamp, this was almost 9 years ago. You try to move the crosshairs with the joystick, but it seems to be permanently locked on a specific target. You might be able to unlock it, but you clearly don't have much time to horse around with this thing. You zoom out. It looks like you and Jaspers were having one of your sessions. You weren't making a lot of progress, though, because Jaspers was no doubt being characteristically recalcitrant. You possibly jotted this phrase down in your pad. It's hard to remember why, though. Wait, could it be this day? Rose, cause a time paradox. You attempt to purify Jaspers. This would surely cause a time paradox, because you can plainly see that he has not told you his secret yet. But it seems the machine has a safety mechanism to prevent such irresponsible purification practices. The paradox ghost imprint of Jaspers purifies instead, and quickly settles into a mound of genetic sludge. The machine, besides it, sucks up the paradox sludge and begins some kind of automated procedure. It seems whatever sort of primordial biochemical properties the sludge possesses is being evaluated by the device. The device generates a fetal paradox clone of Jasper's. The wretched creature exhibits a number of unfortunate mutations, though. The good news is that it will be mercifully unestablished along with this facility shortly. This is also the bad news. Whoever was operating this machine in the past may have been making unsuccessful attempts to perfect the science of ectobiology. Rose, have a flashback. There's no need for a flashback. Conveniently, you can watch what happened right here on the monitor. You roll the clock forward a few seconds. Jasper reveals his stunning secret to you in the strictest of confidences. Before you could ask him to clarify, he vanished into thin air. You now believe you understand why. However, you were not the one to purify him from this moment. Your hand was nowhere near the controls just now. A couple weeks after he vanished, his body washed up along the riverbank. His suit was a mess. Your mother fitted him with a new one just before the absurd funeral service she insisted upon. Rose, trace Jasper's whereabouts on the machine. You roll the clock forward to a week after he vanished. It seems there is no accessible feed tracing his whereabouts during that time frame. You fast forward another week. There he is, just as you found him. Rose, fast forward to now. Ride. God damn, I love a website with secrets. It's Jasper's, and he's alive. Well, okay, he's still dead, but his body is intact. Turns out it wasn't some kind of disintegratificator like you thought. It's more like an escapalizer. Purify Jasper's immediately. Well, there he is. Good thing you finally got all this sorted out. You only have 10 seconds to spare. Time to stash the dead cat in Amscray. Rose, stop fooling around and transportalize out of there. Jade, locate and feed the devil beast you call a pet. Good luck finding him. If he wants to be found, he will find you. Becquerel has always managed to elude your prognosticative faculties. He's completely invisible to your intuition somehow, a property almost totally unique to him. It used to freak you out a little, but you've long since grown accustomed to it. Huh? Oh. It was nothing. Nothing at all. Moving right along. Jade, retrieve the package you expected to arrive. The birthday package you were expecting from John arrived months late and yet right on time. It landed over there past the crumpled monument, a satellite to the great mystic ruins at the center of the crater lagoon. John, triple somersault into the air, etc. Stick the landing. Okay, you do that. You're now in your dad's room. Huh. Where are all the clowns? You spot your dad's briefcase beside you. It probably contains all sorts of clues, or at least various forms of paperwork critical to his trade as a hilarious street performer. John begins snooping. Yeah, here come the secrets. Get ready for some major Wait a minute, these are just boring business documents and spreadsheets? What the hell is going on here? John, examine your dad's room. Kind of boring room. Just a businessman. Not all that into clowns, you guess. The most shocking twist yet. Who's this douchebag? John, calm down. It'll all be all right. So all those years, while you believed he was out busking up the corners with hilarious antics, he was working as an ordinary businessman all along? He's just a man trying to make a good, honest living for his son. Maybe he was too embarrassed to tell you the truth, or maybe it was just that you'd never bothered to ask. You guess you always just assumed. The human prisoner has broken out of his jail cell yet again. Attempts to block the cell door with heavy objects have proven futile. You're gonna need a bigger safe. Who's this guy? Enter name. Spades Slick. Spades Slick? It's got a nice ring to it. But you know your own name. And that damn well ain't your name. Take another stab at it. State, name, and rank. You are the Archagent Jack Noir. You oversee various affairs of a dark kingdom. Presently, you're determining how to deal with this prisoner. He's been a thorn in your side since he was apprehended. You view the affairs of the kingdom through a series of fenestrated walls. You have 3 walls, nearly enough to form a cubicle of vigilance, which is a full and proper enclosure for an agent of your stature. However, much to your utter contempt, your 4th wall was stolen some time ago. Jack, don a comical hat. This frivolous headdress turns your stomach. You'd sooner stick your head on a furnace than coax it into this monstrosity's loathsome, colorful maw. It's bad enough that your exalted ruler ordered everyone to drape themselves in these hideous rags the moment the troublesome human with the pipe and his child showed up. But you draw the line at the hat. Jack, call him minion. You order one of your burliest agents to the scene. He brings something a little heavier this time. Your transmission is interrupted. It seems your glorious monarch has concerns over your wardrobe. Fine! You begrudgingly don the comical hat. Stupid, lousy, wise, and just leaders. What a royal pain in the ass! Jack, throw down the hat in disgust. You fully intend to once your superior stops breathing down your neck for a second. Wait, what is this now? Your blood is boiling so hot you could cook an egg on your carapace. Looks like you'll have to go handle this yourself. John, investigate the room for anything Dad may have left behind. It seems there are some unopened birthday presents which Dad didn't get around to giving you yet. John, present time. Open up a present and see what's inside. The one on the right seems promising. You open it and see what's inside. Oh, hell yes. Obtain sweet loot. You tear into this thing and put a mean peep on the sweet loot. In addition to a Modus control deck, you get a bonus array fetch Modus, plus another 12 cards, which are practically worthless by this point, but hey, you'll take them. First thing you do is flush the extra cards into your deck. Okay, really, this is just way too many cards. John, equip the array fetch Modus. The array modus allows you to store and retrieve any item from any card at any time. It seems exceptionally serviceable, albeit difficult to weaponize. Boring. John, read instructions for the control deck. There's nothing to read, really. You just pop some Modus cartridges in the slots and fire it up. See what happens. You start by putting the stack and queue modi in the slots. Your Silodex now behaves like both a stack and a queue. Items can be removed from either the top card or the bottom. You see no reason at all not to jam the array cartridge in there too. You make sure to blow the dust off first, of course. The Silodex reconfigures itself into an array of distinct queue stacks. Now we're talking. This is just the sort of needless complexity you have come to expect from your inventory management system. John, unwrap the smallest present first. You have a staunch policy of always saving the biggest present for last. Always. You receive a box of delicious fruit gushers. Could this birthday get any better? You don't think so. John, open the big one. You thought wrong. John, fill up an entire queue stack with shoes. Okay, awesome. Queue stack full of shoes. John, capture log the fruit gushers. Dang, you spaced out and put in the wrong queue stack. Don't worry, you'll get the hang of this thing. John, closely inspect fruit gushers box. So delicious, you can't wait to capture log one of these packs and make like 1,000,000 gushers. Screw all this building nonsense, you'd rather make candy. Wait a minute. It can't be. No. The heinous batter witch has her gnarled claws and everything. What do gushers have to do with baked goods anyway? How does this make any sense? Why? Why? Cool fructose monsoon, kiwi mango colonic rush, wicked watermelon groin injury, mixed berry social anxiety disorder, neo-grain ectofacial blast, ranch dressing rampage. This is really stupid. Jade, retrieve package. Strife. Arraign. Bang. Arsenalize. Artillerate. Armamentify. Arf. Good dog. Best friend. Napped.